And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. I'm Deese.
And I'm Rachel.
Hey, how you doing, guys? And we just want to say thank you all for coming and listening to our podcast, our game that we love to share with you guys all the time. In particular, you guys at the producer tier, who help everyone else get a more refined, cleaned, streamlined game, even though my neighbors are assholes and want to leaf blow all fucking day long. Like throttling that bitch, like nying, 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 nying. It's like, Rachel, would you like to tell everyone the names of our producer tiers?
I would love to. We want to give a special thank you to Monique Walker, Rebecca, Orient_Tiger, Chris Deeds, Chris Sones, Ario Teabaggin, and Breakmeister.
Excellent. Rachel's doing this all from memory. That's pretty impressive. And if she left you out, shame on her. Send her hate mail. So Rachel,
Yes.
if you were to murder a neighbor
Uh-huh.
in cold blood, how would you do it? Granted, they deserve it,
Okay.
but how would you do it?
I mean, I wouldn't talk about how I did it on a podcast.
I would.
No.
That's how confident I am. It's this one house, right?
Mhm.
And it's like cursed with
Oh.
douchebags. Okay, so like the people who lived there first, when I first got here,
Mhm.
the people across the street were like really trashy, fucking just the worst, right? There's always
What if-
like 30 people over there,
Oh, God.
and they were always listening to some shitty rap music.
Mhm.
And I just remember thinking, like, if I'm gonna be annoyed by you, could you at least, I don't know, play like something good? Like, I'm a hip hop fan.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Play some KRS-One. What are we doing? What are we doing over there? You're gonna listen to Humpty Dump fucking all day?
Is that an actual rapper?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do the Humpty Dump. Do the Humpty Dump. I'm like, okay, yeah, terrible. Play some Wu-Tang. You can play some deep cuts from the Victor Vaughn album. I'm fine with that. Fucking Mos Def. Play that.
Mhm.
No, listen to that and like one of the worst Slick Rick songs of all time over and over again. I'm looking out the window at them.
Uh-huh.
Like they can see me judge, but it's like a blackout curtain and everything. They can't.
Yeah. No.
So how's everything been going? Is there anything that's been pissing you off, Rachel? I like asking you
Well,
because things piss me off all the time, but when they piss you off, I know they're going to be good.
we talked about something that annoyed me last time. I know we probably went on for way too long about it.
It was a short episode, so fuck it.
But I didn't get any like vegetarian hate mail, so I feel like
That's good.
That was good.
Well, I mean, it's hard to be mad completely at hate mail, and I'll just say it like this: on the topic of hate mail,
Uh-huh.
I don't like it. Granted, because it means that people are mad at you,
Right.
which I don't like. It doesn't super bother me, but I don't like it.
Mhm.
But what does, the benefit of it is that the more angry people that are listening to you, the more people that are listening to you, right? So like, you should feel kind of good anyway that your viewership is expanded at least.
It's true.
And angry people click the shit out of things. I used to call it hate clicks, right? And hate clicks are just as valuable as all the other clicks.
Uh-huh.
So like, they're like, I hate this. Bro, let me tell you why. I'm like, you just commented and liked. Like, you know what I mean? The algorithm doesn't differentiate between happy laughs and shit like that.
Mhm.
That's why when people are like, they post something shitty and they get like a bunch of fucking angry posts and replies, and then people share the post in order to point out to their friends how fucked up it is. It's like,
Yes.
you are not helping.
Right.
I mean, I understand. I always screenshot things that piss me off. I'll comment sarcastically to someone, and
Mhm.
I'll screenshot it and send it to you guys. 'Cause, I don't want to give them any credence, but I do sometimes type a comment and then not send it. Do you ever do that?
Yes.
So I'm not crazy.
No. In sort of a similar vein, something that bothers me or annoys me. While we're recording this, I'm getting like a bunch of Facebook notifications because I shared a mini that I finished painting recently to a mini painting group. And sometimes when I do that, I will then get private messages from like these
painter boys,
middle-aged or retired men who who apparently need to privately DM me to tell me what a great job I did painting, when it's like, you could just comment that.
That's called sliding into your DMs. How do you not know that?
I seriously doubt they're DMing like the other men their age who are posting their minis, you know? Like they're just commenting on the page, but apparently for me, I get private messages and
of course
requests.
They're like, hey, I just want to let you know that, it's very nice. I really like the shading you were doing. Like, I'm always amazed. Like, guys will use literally any at all to make contact with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's really intense. Like, sometimes I think that my ability to do it's pretty good. I'm pretty I found a level of uncreepitude with which to do that. Some guys, man, they're like hardcore creepers.
Yes.
And so like I know in particular that you have, like, you're sort of a person that is in the public space now.
Yes. Yeah.
So how does it compare before podcast and after the podcast? How does it different? Is it different? Do you get more what do they call it? Unsolicitados? Unsolicitados?
I do feel like because of the podcast, I've been getting more online attention, which is like flattering, but at the same time, like I can be very shy and kind of nervous about stuff like that. So it's
that, guys? Approach gingerly.
It's also just a little overwhelming sometimes. While this wasn't exactly creepy, it was extremely obvious what this guy was doing. But one time I went to a GameStop with a friend of mine, and my friend is a guy. While we were there, this was years ago, they had like this big plastic clear box that had a bunch of just like nerd stuff in it. They had like art, like Legend of Zelda art, and like t-shirts and just stuff like that. And I was just kind of looking around the store, and I was talking to my friend about games, and we must have been talking about Legend of Zelda, even though I have never played a Legend of Zelda game.
Never.
I've never played a Legend of Zelda game. And we must have been talking about the series, and all of a sudden the guy behind the counter goes, "Oh, you've played Legend of Zelda. That means you get something free from this box."
What the fuck GameStop are you going to?
And I was like, "What?" And he just like he gave me like a t-shirt or like an art cell or something, like an art thing or something, and he gave it to me, and I took it, and I'm so oblivious and honest that when he handed it to me, I tried to give it back, and I said, "I've never played Legend of Zelda. I can't take this."
Huh?
He was like,
"You thought
no.
It was a promotion?"
Yes.
Oh, you've played this game, so you get things for free.
Right. And I was like, "Oh no,
customer loyalty program."
I was like, "I can't take this. I'm sorry." And he's like, "No, it's okay. You can still have it." And I was like, "But I haven't played it. So you said this." And he's like, "No, it's all right." And I was like, "Okay, well." And I was looking at it, and then all of a sudden my friend beside me goes, because he knew exactly what was happening. So he goes, "I've also played Legend of Zelda." So
Did he get?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So the guy had to give him something too.
I have also played Legend of Zelda. I've played it so much. I should get 2 things.
That's right.
Oh, that's crazy. Man, that's crazy. That guy took a hit. He bought you a t-shirt. That's way better than a drink at a bar. I was going to talk about a GameStop thing, but now I'm changing
What?
tack completely.
Uh-oh.
Telling a different thing.
Okay.
By principle, I will never buy a woman a drink at a bar.
Uh-huh.
I will not do it. And people always get upset with me, and they're always like, what's your... I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna look. I will walk with you. I'll do the march thing for equal pay.
Mhm.
I'll argue it to the death of me. Everyone should get equal treatment, equal rights, equal voting. I'm with you, 100%.
Right.
But I'm not gonna buy you drinks at a bar. Not gonna do it. I'll hold doors because I've already been programmed to do it, and the life raft thing is sketchy. You know what I mean? Like children, yeah. I get it. I get children. Why the fuck do you get to go? Okay, whatever.
Right.
I'm willing to justify that situation occurs so infrequently, and I'm on ships and boats and naval vessels so infrequently that it's really not a topic with which I should argue with much veracity, right? Like I'm not going down on the ship later and being like, hey, wait a minute. Like it's not gonna happen. Probably knock on fucking wood, right? Flash forward to a year later, I'm on a fucking sinking boat, and I'm like, wait a minute. No, but I'm not buying you a fucking drink at a bar. You came out to the bar. I don't know. There's a lot of weird social systems at play there.
I never go out, so I've heard of that happening, but I've never like gone out to a bar.
Rachel's like, I don't really go out. I just only go out to buy puzzles so I can stay inside with my multiple cats and make puzzles.
To paint minis.
Yeah, well, puzzles, minis, whatever. Whatever slows the unyielding passage of time, right?
But I like the way that I am. I would not be able to even accept drinks. Like I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like.
Whatever.
I don't like people doing things for me. Like if someone tries to go to open the door for me, I will try to move ahead of them to open the door for them.
I was programmed from a young age to open the door for people, right? But man or woman, whatever. Just you open the door for someone who's near you, right? Yeah. That's a gesture of like kindness, I guess. But so what happens is like we'll go out places, me and my friends, and I'll like hold a door open for someone to get through the door. But in Georgia, the place where there's supposed to be Southern hospitality, right? Be holding doors for people. They put a second door on everything.
Yes.
So there's 2 doors. So now what do I do, right? Like now I get a mild panic attack every time I open the door for somebody. Because I got to either open it outward, giving them space to go in, and then I have to what? Not open the door for them? Like they're still making it so I'm not opening a door for someone.
Right.
Or I can dash past them like an asshole and try to get the second door.
Yes.
Which is always a problem. It's always wrong. Or do I let them get the first door and then I get the second door as a gesture? Which door is the appropriate kindness door? I think it's the first one.
Yeah.
But every time I do it, there's an awkward moment. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very stressful.
Yes.
I hate that shit. Which door am I supposed to open?
I couldn't tell you.
And why to the South? Why do they call it buggies? Do you know what a buggy is?
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, it makes me crazy. South sucks. Like 48th in reading, and we call things weird names. And like this grocery cart, shopping cart. Yeah?
Yeah.
When you go on eBay, it's add to what?
Cart.
When you go to Amazon, it's add to
cart.
Right. Mario
Kart.
Yes, not Mario Buggy. You don't add to buggy. A buggy is some shit that cowboy, like fancy cowboys with, you know, the real thin brimmed hat, the banker hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The like bowler derby looking thing. I've always wanted to move out west. Don't I seem like a really rough and tumble cowboy? Like, yeah, you seem like you're gonna make it out of here. Time to open a hardware store, buddy. Anyway.
Well, how about before you talk any more about
anything,
Southern
anything.
words, we'll go to episode 86, Bird Bomb.
So we had made preparations to set out and find the four.
Yes. And Esmeralda was coming with us, right?
Yes.
Apparently so.
Esmeraldo.
Okay.
Everyone take a moment of silence for Old Yeller from a couple games ago.
Old Yeller. Oh,
A dog.
fucker.
Never let it be said that animals cannot be used in D&D properly.
He was just misunderstood.
He was.
Man, I had a warhorse I used to love named Prothos. He was fucking cool as shit.
That's a fucking amazing name. Porthos.
No, Prothos. I didn't want to jack exactly.
Okay. But it was the idea, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But he was, I used to give him those headbands to make him more intelligent, so he's like Briscoe County Junior's horse.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, you guys are heading off towards that town.
Huzzah.
Yes. Now, are you guys taking the wagon? You guys taking horses? You guys, how are you guys maneuvering there? Who's all coming?
I'm coming. I assume Rachel is coming. Jake would
Yep.
probably come as long as he's not
Of course.
expanding on his cabin or mushroom farming.
No. The kids have that under control.
And
Alright.
Esmeralda's coming.
Yes. Now, did you guys leave your
Blood vassal.
favorite crap packer?
We probably
Brendan
shouldn't.
and Kesk?
We probably shouldn't bring him because he's blind, and I don't want someone to accidentally kill him. Right?
Old Billy Thumb Scraper.
He's gonna get a shovel, and
I like how you said he's gonna after he already cleaned up. So we confirmed now that he wasn't. He didn't have a shovel before.
It was
Let
building.
it be known, though, that out of all the games that we've played, people still consider me the asshole. Out of all the things that I've done nice for this party, they consider me. I give them gifts.
As
and-
DM, I don't consider you the asshole of the party.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's clearly Rachel, right?
what? No.
She steals kids. She kills
No.
peasant people who are begging for their lives on the ground. She kicks in, does damage to our own property.
I had to get in the house, and then
Not
I had
just
to
your
get through that
property?
window.
She's damaged a few people's properties.
I left a note.
Oh, there's been a lot of property damage. I mean, I burned things down, and I don't think I've done that much property damage.
That's you've definitely
Seriously.
done more property damage. Than
Oh, I don't know about that, Rachel.
I've kicked in like 2 doors and broken
all-
one window.
A dozen doors, maybe.
In all fairness, he did build a cabin, so that's got to negate.
Yeah, I've
No,
offset
you
a lot of it.
He used child labor and made children build a cabin.
Well,
I
you
was
kidnapped your
teaching
kid.
them.
You shattered families.
They're apprentices.
Apprentices?
Yes, they're
Rachel kidnapped a
apprentices.
kid and didn't even use them
I
for
did
labor.
not. I did not
Yeah, you
kidnap a
kidnapped
kid.
them.
I did not.
Tried to turn them into a religious zealot.
Oh my god.
Burn. It's like, Alexa, what's the nearest burn unit? Because Rachel burned.
Ooh. Rachel, you still have prettier hair than the rest of us. Don't worry.
That is not true. I have to put a hat on this because you don't want to even see what's under here. It's so fantastic.
I don't know about all that now.
Oh, I'll take it off, but then all your cameras are going to be boring and dingy.
You got to deal with all this here, though, man. Come on.
It's not going to know how
That
to hang.
perm, man. That perm.
That's all natural. Every last bit of that's natural.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go play Bloodborne. So catch you guys later.
She's not going to go
Alright,
play
so
Bloodborne.
3 of you are going off to the forest.
Hold on, before we start, Rachel,
Yeah.
if you play Bloodborne again before you beat Symphony of the Night, I'm going to be very upset with you.
I need to kill
Bro, that's
Ludwig.
dude, getting her to play Symphony of the Night before she touches Bloodborne again, she won't touch anything after that. Her soul will be sucked into Symphony of the Night, and she ain't gonna get out of it.
That game is so good. I know the
I'm
voice
not,
acting
saying
is
I'm
shitty.
not saying it's not.
I know the voices are bad, Rachel. You
Uh,
just got to look past that because it was like the first game that had voices in it, or one of the first.
okay.
So, yeah, it's bad. The vocals are garbage, right? But the
Okay.
music's good, and they don't talk very often.
Okay.
There's like, I think 5 scenes maybe where there's talking.
Okay.
Just putting that out there. Okay. Also get the Chrissy Grim. That's it. 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Go bonkers.
All right. Well, I have to not die in a room full of water first.
Man, this is the easy part of the game.
I didn't like. I couldn't
It's
jump
so
out of
hard.
it. I couldn't jump out of it.
It gets so much harder later.
Great.
She was like, "You level in this?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I didn't know you leveled in it. I thought you just like walked to the right.
You're thinking Castlevania. I'm talking Symphony of the Night, son. Best game ever.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
All right. You guys are heading off to the village. Anything you guys gonna prepare anything beforehand, or
I'm gonna tell Brendan that he is gonna follow Lucian's orders while I'm away.
Okay.
Because I don't think we should bring him.
Do I have time to make a scroll or two?
it'll take you a few days to get there. Depends how fast you guys are leaving town to head that way.
Anyone else input with that?
With what?
With whether I have time to make scrolls? You guys have a day or two or what?
Yeah, we're making preparations, so you could have been doing that during that time.
All right, excellent.
I had to redo my research because it was dogs, and now I'm hearing spider.
Yeah, it's spiders.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
a
I hear
spider.
dogs.
It's a spider.
I don't know
She
what you're
saw
talking
it.
about. I don't recall this.
Well, luckily for me, I had finished my dog research when I heard about spiders, and now I'm very versed in both.
Yes. Yes, she scried and found the spider.
Yeah.
I had such good plans for the spider without you guys knowing about it.
Well,
I
Now you're
want
looking for it.
to also, since we have time to prepare, I'm going to send Nick over to Lucian and see if he can get some, what's it called, cure poison scrolls.
Antidotes. All right.
Yeah, antidote. Yeah,
Are you wanting the potion bottles or are you wanting scrolls?
whichever one's quickest.
Potion bottles are much more versatile, though.
That's true. Anyone can use those.
All right. Lucian tells the young lad to give him a day to batch some things up, and he'll take care of you.
Also, I want to practice some footwork with Adri, since I'm seeing now that she's
okay.
become more nimble.
Okay.
10-4, 10-4.
Oh, I wanted to borrow a book about the gods from Kavir so I can read about my god.
Yep, I have a bunch in here.
Okay.
I also have a book on Strahd that I'm going to give her
You have a book on
on the history of Strahd. I just figure it's best that you understand all of your voices.
Okay. Look, it's only one voice, and
Right.
I know now that it's Strahd,
True.
and that's not who I get my divine powers from.
Right, but you don't know anything about him. Maybe he's a good deity. You don't know.
He's not a deity.
Well, he speaks directly to the mind of a cleric.
He's not granting me my powers, though.
I mean, maybe. He granted the other one pretty sick powers.
Why would he grant me powers that are specifically like for hurting undead?
Because you're going to be working so closely with him.
And you eliminate his competition.
He doesn't have any competition here. He's like,
Well, no, because you've eliminated them all. Unknowingly, you've just consolidated his power base, dear.
Hey, David, I get to
Oh,
update my my damage again. You're going to enjoy this.
Your sing attack goes up by 1d6?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's not good for you.
Oh, you guys at 12, right? So you guys either want a feat or an attribute point. Damn.
No, actually, you only do that if you didn't merge classes.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
All three of you guys have merged. What?
Oh
Now you guys are 2 level 12s.
my god, the damage on this is so stupid. David. Oh, David. Jesus.
I've never had that name and my name said in the same sentence. I've been going to church since I was born.
Okay. I am preparing protection from poison since we're going to face a spider.
Spider ham, spider ham.
David's sending me gifts.
Of spiders.
All right, well, I am ready. I've prepared
All right.
spells and yeah, all my hit points are up to date. My character, man, I'm telling you, these sheets, these cards are so good.
As the map goes, you guys approach the town from the northwest. The lake is to the east of the town that you guys remember seeing. That Adri saw in her scry, the lake is to the east with the tree in the water. And where the three of them were with the giant tree. But as you guys approach the village from the northeast, that was a day or so ago, a few days ago. Took you time to travel, took you a little bit of prep. So this is the last location that you have seen them, or you guys have knowledge of them. How do you guys enter?
We don't. We sneak around.
Yeah, I'm definitely going stealth mode.
Do you want me to try to scry on Ludo again?
Yeah.
Now that
Go
we're
ahead.
nearby? Okay. So Ludo has to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
18. And
well,
18 plus 1 is 19.
Let me see, but he gets a minus. I think we said he gets a -2 because I'm not familiar with him, so I just have firsthand knowledge of him. And then let me see if I have a connection with him. No, he gets a -4 because I have the dove necklace, right? And that's a possession or garment.
Yes.
Okay, so he gets a -4, and it's a DC 17.
So the 19 minus 4 is a 15.
Okay. So there's an invisible sensor within 10 feet of him. I can see and hear through it as if I were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet for the duration, which is concentration up to 10 minutes.
He's on top of a building.
Okay.
You see him actually working on the strings of his lute. Kind of just screwing him, tying him up, turns around, plays a couple notes, flips back, begins to tighten again.
Can I see the rest of them?
Not around him.
Can I hear them?
Not around him.
Okay. Can I insight him? Is he just pretending to be nonchalant, or is he actually they don't know that we're nearby?
Is he being chalant?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
sorry.
the word. That was the word.
Sorry.
Chalant and nonchalant.
Chalant, yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
All right.
Let's go.
16.
16.
Yes.
How do I put this? It's not like he's expecting anyone or he's acting. He does seem miserable. He does seem like he's up there. For everything you've heard about him being a social and being around and being he's normally more socially active. Even when he was pretending, he was always around, playing or doing something. Him up on top of the roof, most likely doesn't like the others.
Okay.
He's just pretty much on his own, just doing his thing right now in town.
Okay. But they're probably inside that building?
Don't know.
Okay. All right.
Can you figure out where he is location-wise?
Yeah. Right? Because I can see
10 feet.
around.
You can see 10 feet around him.
You can look up
Right.
though, right?
No, I can. It's as though I'm 10 feet away from him. But I should be able to still like look around. I don't think there's like a fog after 10 feet. But let me double check. It doesn't say that I can't see past him. It just says the sensor. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. So it's just that it always stays within 10 feet of him. And then if it's on top of a roof, then I should be able to get a pretty good view around.
Yeah, I would say, you should be able to get a decent bird's eye view from there.
Yeah, I don't know. The way it was always explained to me, the way scrying sensors work in general, is that
Mhm.
it has to be within a certain range. If they can see something that's invisible, they can see it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone invisible can see it, yeah.
Put it up above their head or on the ground, as long as it doesn't pass through any solid surface.
Mhm.
So, like, think of it like a little ball that you can kind of move around them, like the Eye of Sauron mobile.
Okay.
If you lift it up, or if you're looking at him down, you do see a tree south of him. You do see the lake to the northeast. It looks like he's in the southern part of the town on top of a house.
Which way is the water running?
The lake is to the northeast. It's
That's a lake, not a river.
yeah. You guys followed a river that emptied into
That
like
goes to the
a lake. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any like can I kind of look around at the top of the building to see if there's any sort of defining features of it, like if the roof is like a unique color, or just to make sure I know like which building this is?
There's no really uniqueness to it. A lot of the houses are built the same.
Mhm.
It was a small town before it was hit.
But she can see the other buildings, right?
Yeah.
So then she can get a layout of the street where it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then
Is there like a good path like through the streets that would maybe be more covered? So like if we wanted to approach that building, can I get an idea of like which way might be best? Like if there's more trees on that street, or like things to that like the more sneaky people could be able to sneak up to the house better.
give me a second.
Okay.
That did not
These are
take
those spy Adri questions. Is there any way that we could win?
Can we be sneaky?
Is there a way?
What's the way to be sneaky?
This is why we train.
The houses are spread out, so there's no real alleys. This isn't like it's like a small town village. It's not like a metropolis or slums where you guys can duck between alleys or move. The trees are a bit spread.
Okay.
There's only two real big ones in town. It's surrounded by trees on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sent a messenger to all y'all.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's that solid artwork, David.
Thank you, sir.
Are you conveying this information to me,
Yeah.
Adri? Okay.
Yeah.
No, not at all. She's keeping to herself like a professional.
Like, what is this information worth to you, Kavir?
It's worth not having to waste any potions on you. I mean, if they're smart, then they would post up on those top two houses, the one far right on the other side of the tree, and then the one on the bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
But Ludo,
is this a wall, David?
that's
Where?
the lake, right?
On the line?
That's the lake.
The lake's on the right.
Yeah.
The lake's on the right, yeah.
Okay, so this like 90-degree.
That's not a wall. It's just
That's
She's
not a
just
wall.
framing it.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
What's the tallest building?
This tallest building would be the one closest to the lake on the right, on the bottom.
Okay.
It has 4 gun turrets and a 50 cal.
That's a joke. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, no problem.
It's good to make sure we know where the jokes are, Dave. Because that doesn't sound. We would think it's a joke and we'd go in there and.
Yes, sir. Ravenloft has a Gatling gun, old school. You just crank it.
Oh, D-Walk.
Yes, sir.
My rolls for today were 17 and 3.
Damn. I fear the lower numbers more than I fear the higher numbers.
Yeah, you should.
Because those are the numbers he gives me.
All right. Well, I will convey all this information and see what the rest of the group wants to do with it.
Well, I think the smart thing to do is to not assume that he looks like bait, right?
Uh-huh.
He's
Mhm.
sort of towards the middle of town.
How can we draw them out?
Well, it
Like
depends on.
pus from a wound. That's what we should do.
Well, if they're waiting on someone, then the best would be to make a decoy. But before we do that, I'm going to summon the familiar.
You see this half-dead bird thing come flying out of the side, crashing
Right.
towards you.
Like, sup, prick? He's like, okay. I need you to fly from rooftop to rooftop and act bird-like. I'm going to look at him like give him like the my eyes meet your eyes kind of hand gesture. I'm going to be like, you fly from this rooftop here. I'm going to draw it on a piece of paper. And then you like fly looking at the ground like you're looking for food. Then you land on the other one. And then you just kind of hop around from building to building. And that's all you have to do. And then you can go do whatever you want. Deal?
Ka!
All right, go. I'm holding him in my hand. I'm gonna toss him in the air.
Fuck!
Prick, 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 prick.
So it flies off. And what order you wanted to hit the buildings in?
In the order that he would get to them. So you said we're descending from the north?
The northeast, yeah.
Yeah, so then I assume that he'll go furthest side from the river and work his way towards the river.
All right.
So go down that first stripe of buildings, maybe hopping back and forth, zigzagging when that one is kind of off kilter.
All right. Now, is he actually landing on the buildings, or is he?
Yeah, he's landing on the buildings with the guise of looking for like maggots or food on carrion or whatever.
All right.
But I get to see through his eyes while he's doing it.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm like Bran,
Oh God.
except for not as weird looking.
I'm still gonna photo your ass.
That would have been a good way to have Ragnik leave. I'm holding the door. I'm holding the door. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, some people just do that and they don't have to say it 100 times, but whatever.
Yeah. So, stops at the first house, picks around. The roof's kind of shot, kind of shabby. You definitely seen burn marks on it from when the town was hit. Nothing really. Bounces down
Do the burn marks originate from the top of the building or bottom?
bottom.
Okay.
Bounces to the next one. Finds a dead body on the top.
Oh, the
It's
roof?
sprawled out and left there. Yeah. Dismembered. You definitely see claw marks on the roof as well. Look like something dragged the body up and ate it on top. Bounces, but the body is easily years old. It's been decomposing for a while. It's you do find bones and what's left up there.
Okay.
It's nothing anything anywhere near fresh. See it bounce over to the next, going across the 3 at the top. It goes to the far one, to the river, or next to the lake. Checks it. Same thing. It bounces off to the next one.
Keep in mind, David, I'm using my perceptions to keep an eye on footprints or activity on the ground as he's flying between buildings.
All right. Activity on the ground. I mean, how to put this? Nothing's really noticeable. Nothing's really giving anything really away. You do see footprints here or there. Some fresh. You see bodies. Nothing too much. What's your passive?
The passive is 10 plus.
10 plus your wisdom, unless you have perception as a class skill, then you add your the hell's it? Proficiency
Proficiency.
bonus. Yeah,
The
unless you
18.
have that, unless as a rogue you have that double marked, and then you add, I guess. Do you add
Oh,
it
wait.
twice?
No, it'd be 19.
Okay. The next one you land on is directly northwest of where Ludo's sitting on the roof doing his thing. When it lands on it, right before you land on it, you see a quick glistening from the light coming through the fog and the clouds. You see a slight webbing on the house,
Okay.
on the roof. You still want to land?
No, don't land. He would know better.
All right. So he doesn't land there. It goes off to the next one.
He does want to circle it, though. I can issue
Okay.
commands to him, right?
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
He circles it. Doesn't really see anything except for like certain spots of webbing on the house, little areas. It does see where a creature had been recently webbed to the roof of it, a small raccoon, and it had been gutted by something larger, more vicious. It goes off to the next house. By this point, as it's flying, you can notice that Ludo's actually taken notice of the bird. And as he's kind of watching it, as he goes back to his strings on his thing, on his loot, it goes to the house to the east of it. He doesn't see any webbing, lands, it bounces around. Nyx picks it, nothing really seeing anything there.
Okay.
He jumps up a little north to the third house in that row. More run down than the others. The roof has a lot of holes in it. This one definitely took some bad beatings during whatever went through town. You can definitely see the support systems. Just the house looks fragile, more fragile than the others. You definitely see the supports are burned. The house has a whole lot more burn marks from the bottom.
Okay.
Looks like it might give if you land the bird on it.
Well, yeah. No landing. Actually, keep in mind, I want to look at the rest of them, then I'm going to command them to go back and land on it. That'd be a good distraction.
All right. Sounds good. You go south to the next line. One left of Ludo. Nothing really there. Nothing really on it. As you're looking around, you're not seeing anything really giving anything away in
Okay.
the ground. You don't land on Ludo's?
I'm not going to land on it. I'll just kind of fly around.
How so?
Like, from the house that I was coming to, I'm going to fly over there and then kind of maybe fly lower to the ground, like past the building, past the window,
Okay.
and then back up to another building. Like a bird would naturally try to stay out of the eyesight of another creature.
All right. So the bird flies down and kind of around the windows of it. You look inside. It looks like somebody's cleaned up the inside a little.
Right.
You see another instrument inside. You see a
Okay.
couple wind instruments. But stack of blankets.
How many? Like a big stack or just one big blanket?
Yeah, kind of like two or something stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
I mean, nothing really else. A couple of the windows are open. A couple of things. The door's been ripped off the hinges. You keep heading off to the next house unless you're going to keep going.
Maybe fly into that building. You said the window is open, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fly onto the windowsill.
All right. You land on the windowsill. You look inside. You don't really. There's no life signs inside that you can see moving or anything. You see someone's made a makeshift bed on the floor in the living room area, the living area. You see
Just one bed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See a couple of the wind instruments. You see a silver sword in a sheath.
Okay.
Next to some gear. Ludo on the roof you saw had on the two katanas on his back that he had in the fight.
You said a silver sword. Maybe that's just a supplementary gear. On the bed, does it look like it's been slept in?
Yes. At least rested on.
What about the size of like the imprint? Would it be able to determine size of creature?
You could.
About Ludo size?
About.
Yeah, okay. All right, then I'm gonna fly out of this.
There's paper and things written on all around it. Little scraps of papers.
Hey,
written
shit!
all
I can
around.
read. So hop the bird down there. Let's take a look at some of these papers. This is
Their
like this bird is like an auditor.
Their love songs about an elf.
Ugh, these are garbage.
Aw.
And one of them is about Strahd being a douchebag.
As he flies out of the window, he's like, "Your prose is weak. Your prose is weak.
Is that what
Never
he says?
rhyme with the same word." No.
I was about to say, Ludo's like, motherfucker talking shit about my music.
Barely
Lute's
music.
Lute's about to become a bow and shoot your ass out of the sky.
I don't care. I can summon him back. Me and this bird have a complicated relationship. On Facebook, it says bird pet complicated.
That's worse than Albay.
I was about to say that's worse than Albay.
We have avian romance issues, me and you, Jake.
Dude, Albay and
Apparently.
what's the name of the bird again?
Oh,
Prick?
prick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Albay and Prick have a support group.
I actually feel bad for poor Albay.
Yeah, it's led by
Take her
Reinix
back.
Goat now.
Take her back. Make her. You can get rid of the wolf and pick up Albay as your animal familiar.
I could get find familiar and get the spell. But
Oh.
there's a difference. There's an animal companion, not a familiar.
Yeah, while you guys are out of the house, the goat, Albay, and Prick are having like support meetings.
Like smoking a cigarette, drinking a cup of cheap coffee.
The goat got everyone together after Ragnick left.
My bird doesn't talk. It just says prick. Prick, prick, prick. Okay. Well, then he's going to leave that room because that
Alright.
looks lame in there, like an emo kid's bedroom.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your dad's a sad boy. Hashtag sad boy Ludo. All of his poems are Hawthorne Heights songs. That's the first, and I don't really know too many of them. Too many emo bands, but that one just laughs every time I hear it.
Oh, bro. We were at a Warp Tour, and the second to last Warp Tour, we actually saw Hawthorne. And Monique got a shirt that said, I watched Hawthorne Heights when I was still in high school.
That's bad. Hawthorne Heights is a no-hit wonder.
Ooh. I actually liked them back in the day, dude.
Oh, sorry. Hawthorne Heights. Oh my god. You're killing me, David. All right, we're just gonna zoom past. If none of the other buildings, I was mad that I was making fun of Hawthorne Heights. I don't care. I hold fast to my opinion.
It's all good. So.
Oh, that's funny. I like to imagine Strahd looks like the lead singer of AFI. That's what it looks like to me in my vision.
And you're shooting all my high school bands.
Oh man, I could do this all day.
It's all good, dude. As long as it wasn't Stevie Wonder.
That's how I feel right now because I'm not getting any more descriptions from this bird. I feel like this is the Stevie Wonder bird. All right, there's what, three houses left? 2 houses?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4 left.
In those houses, as I fly past, are any of them relevant?
Not that you can see from the roof.
Okay, well then fly past the windows, I guess. Foot traffic.
As you begin to fly low, give me a perception.
Like rolled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 24.
You begin to hear a rustle on the ground through like leaves and shit as you're flying low.
Fly high.
As you fly high, you narrowly miss a web shot.
Prick, 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 prick.
But when you turn around and look, you can't find it again. You can't
Okay.
find where the.
Well, I know his region. I'm gonna make a mental note of where that is on my brain map.
It was east of the house Ludo was on, between the two houses.
Okay.
Was where you guys.
That's the
Your
Spider-Verse
encounter.
over there. All right, what about the other house? The farthest one away? Nothing.
The furthest one away. That one looks definitely. If you fly low around it, you definitely see it's been opened up. It's been almost like Ludo's, where it's been aired out.
Okay.
Windows are open. You're not seeing anything roughly in the living room at all, or from the quick glances.
Okay. Okay, well then what I'm going to do is have him fly over to that decrepit building.
All right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at both of them and like, are you guys ready?
Yeah. Oh, do we do you guys want me to cast protection from poison on you since there's a spider?
Do you have to
would be
concentrate?
helpful.
No, I don't have to concentrate on it. It lasts for an hour.
That would be very lovely.
Esmeralda gives you a nod.
Oh, I forgot Esmeralda was there. That's gonna be another spell slot.
Oopsie.
Ooh.
Does she cast spells?
Does Esmeralda cast spells? Yes, she does.
Does she cast that one?
She is a 7th level caster. She has up to level 4 spells. No, she does not have the poison protection.
Well, I think we should split into two groups. One of us will. I don't think we're going to be able to sneak up on the spider, so
Yeah.
that might be tough. Me and
You might want to let me do that. I'm pretty sneaky.
their perception's batshit. Spiders are
Yeah.
good. They have 8 eyes.
Yes. Are we in woods, like forest or plains?
Yeah,
We
outside
won't
of the
be when
town
we-
is forest, but once you get once you get inside town, it won't be.
All right.
I'm gonna scribble out a quick map, and I'm going to point out everything that I saw. So all the information I gathered,
Okay.
we're all on. I'm going to prepare for Prick to go land on that building in the far top right corner, and to collapse it, and then fly straight up in the air and keep an eye on what happens. But as soon as that goes down, we should initiate our raid plan, because I know Jake wants to do that.
All right, give me initiatives.
I'm gonna cast protection from poison, I guess, on the 4 of us, which is a lot of spell slots.
I'm putting greater invisibility on myself. And I got a 20 initiative.
Hey, D-Walk,
Lay it on me.
on the far side of that number line that you built around the town, that block, there are
Mhm.
trees around it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then, in preparation, I'm going to long strider myself.
All right.
Like you really need that.
I do if I'm going to not be embarrassed by Adri, because she has a +5 movement speed.
Jeez.
I got an 18 on my initiative.
Yes.
Um,
18.
20.
Also, just so you guys know, protection from poison lasts for an hour. So, for the duration, you have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, and you have resistance to poison damage.
Sweet. Definitely sweet. I'm going to enjoy this.
So, Jake, do you think, from your knowledge of nature, do you think that you could solo a spider?
I don't know how big this thing is, though, do I?
I can give you all that information. I looked it up before we left.
All right. I'm going to say yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say yeah.
Okay.
Because I got
You have
the invisibility thing. As long as I stay out of its webs and out of range of its tremor sense, I should be good.
I just figured you have a bow, so if it starts climbing its web or
Oh,
up a
yeah.
wall or a tree or something like that, then you can
Oh yeah, it's gonna get peppered.
yeah.
I'll
Also,
turn that.
your poison immunity should be resistant.
Yep, exactly. I figure I'm not too worried about that. Resistance to the damage and advantage on the saves. That should do pretty well.
Okay.
And webs are flammable too.
Well, we can keep maybe Esmeralda kind of keeps stealthed while you do your initial engagement, and if anyone tries to aid the spider, then she can pop out and help.
Yeah. I got a little surprise if I can line up a few of them in an area too.
Right on.
There's always a little something up my sleeve. Especially now that I got a level 2.
Man, I got this new jacket. I have a lot of shit up my sleeve.
Nice.
I'm gonna look at Adrian and be like, "You ready to test out that new footwork?"
Yes. So ready.
Okay. Just follow my lead.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have the bird land on the building so that it will collapse, create a ruckus in there, and then fly straight up in the air to observe what buildings react, or if anyone reacts to that loud noise.
Ludo goes, eek!
He writes a song about it.
Yeah.
My soul's a crumbling building. Rah!
I'm
Like,
so
wow.
sad.
What's depressing is that's your best song.
Ouch.
She was a brick house. It came collapsing, shocking the whole party out.
Oh my god. That gives a really weird visual in my head. Oh. Wow.
This is why I like being a tactician player, because now David gets to do some dumb shit. David gets to be like, people hear crashing buildings all the time. Nobody reacts. Also, those Gatling guns are real. I was lying.
It wasn't actually a joke.
I'll show you guys.
The joke was that I said it was a joke. One time I rolled, I had a character that was rolling perceptions like he was an investigator, and his perceptions were bonkers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like absurdly high rolls, like 28 at like level 2 or something like that. It was
damn.
batshit bonkers. Like his feats were fucking inspiration boosting feats. Like they have a roll, you can add a die 6 to anything, perception, investigation, blah blah blah. So I would do that kind of thing and get massively high rolls. And the DM got so pissed off one time. He's like, "You hear bees? You don't know. You hear lots of bees." And I was like, "What?" And then we got attacked by a bunch of stuff. And he's like, "Oh yeah. Sorry that you didn't notice that." I'm like, "I heard fucking bees." Well, we walk for like a mile, and on the tree line on the other end of town, there's like this whole area that's just covered in bees. And I'm like, he's like, "Your perception was so high that you got the maximum range of your hearing and you could hear bees." I'm like, "What about the fucking clanking armor between us and the bees?" And he was like, "That's not how that works." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude." It was like, have you seen that comic? It's like, "What do you see with your elvish eyes?" And he's like, "Everything." Right?
Mm-hmm.
That I see bees apparently, or hear bees.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to use that.
It's bullshit. That's not how that works.
I don't care. I'm going to use it anyway.
That dude was being an asshole.
I'm going to use it. Well, I got a few min-maxers. Nah, I'm going to use
That's not how perception works. It doesn't calculate range. It's what do I hear, not what do I hear at the maximum. Like you don't add.
Well, how I'm going to do it is I'm going to add so much extraneous information on his high rolls that he won't be able to discern what's important or not.
Well, that's just a dick move, Jake.
Yes, it is.
That's mean.
Yes, it is, and he deserves it.
You know how many other cool things that min-maxers have to forego in order to get a stat that high? And then to take that away from them is like chopping off both of their legs and putting them in a relay race.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to enjoy it.
Mean.
Oh, I am. And then I'll say damage like Rachel does. Damage.
I don't say it like that. You guys say that
Damn
I say it like that.
Don't say that. You're triggering me.
Does a 27 hit your armor class?
Speaking of triggers, the guns were real.
Bang, we're dead. All right, so does the building collapse?
Prick lands on the house
Lands on the shaft. The prick shaft.
Oh, God.
and goes
Oh,
up
here we
and down the shaft. It works. It's wrinkly, it shakes, it vibrates.
Oh, dear God.
And Prick flies up high,
And Rachel goes to play Bloodborne.
shooting from the shaft as the house crumbles. Oh, yeah. And yeah, your bird shoots straight up in the air like a rocket. The house, the house begins to crumble and just collapse just from the slight touch. Dust flies everywhere. Mud goes places just because the ground's muddy from the fog and everything else. And just the dust of the house, the collapse just echoes.
Perception.
Perception?
Oh, yeah, I have to roll it.
Uh-oh. You hear bees.
Oh, you fucking...
Am I still in the woods doing a perception here?
That's up to you guys.
It's
The
25.
house collapsed. Where are you guys right now?
I'd probably be at the edge of the woods, close to where I know where the spider is.
Okay, are you going to be south or west of the town?
Which way is the lake?
East.
Right. Yeah, east.
All right, so I guess I'm
Oh, good.
to the right. Thank you. I guess I'm going to be south of the town now, if
All right.
I'm
So
thinking
he's-
right.
Okay. Yeah, so Chunicote is coming from the bottom.
Now
Okay.
here. He started at the bottom.
Yep. All right,
Alright.
so I will have a perception of.
The house is gone. Kavir, where are you at?
Holy shit! I just rolled a nat 20. That would be with the forest and everything. It's a 31 perception.
God
All right.
damn.
Yeah, I forgot about that whole natural explorer thing. I haven't been using that.
I love how there are some aspects of things that we're so good at, and then other aspects of things that we're completely.
It's like, oh yeah, forgot all about that one thing I had that lets me double my proficiency bonus.
Now, Esmeralda's with Chunicote, right?
Yeah, she's staying kind of hidden behind him.
Yeah,
Make sure
'cause
if someone doubles on him, she can help.
Chicks dig the wolf man.
Chicks dig the wolf man. In 40 years, maybe if you play your cards right.
Yeah.
All right.
Ow.
And Kavir, where are you?
I'm using my 20 initiative to ready an action to get information back from the bird.
Okay, no, but where are you still like northeast of the town, or are you in the town, or?
Yeah, we're gonna. I assume that we're gonna be prepped, ready to rock and roll on the edge of the tree line before you get into town.
Okay,
Like
northeast.
on the west
I'm trying to
side of town.
determine where your perception is going to see or hear.
Well, I'm seeing from the bird. That's the perception.
Okay, got it.
Right. So I got an aerial view.
All right. Chunicote, from your angle on the ground, you got a 31, not 20. You hear the building collapse. You can see the cloud go up towards the fog barrier. The fog is thick in the woods around you. The town is oddly kind of free of fog in that sense. You do, from your position, you can see Ludo stand straight up once the house collapses. He puts the loot down on the roof and kind of just sets it there. As he begins to survey around looking, you do see the spider move on the ground. It was between the houses, and you see it shoot between Ludo and the tree south of him's house and start heading up towards where the building collapsed.
Okay.
Scared if the spider had human phobia. Right?
Yeah.
Like sapiophobia.
As the bird's up over the town, as it looks down, it sees Ludo stand up immediately. Looking around, Ludo's quickly makes eye contact with the bird.
Prick. Prick.
In the house near the lake, someone's. You can see the storm mage step outside, the north side of the house where the door's at.
How far is the storm mage from me, approximately?
You can't see her; she's on the other side of the house.
Oh, okay.
I would have described her to you if you could have saw her. You had the
Okay.
31.
Okay. All right. I wasn't aware
No
of. Yeah, okay, that'll work.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's why I asked if you on what part of the thing you were. You're on the bottom of the south.
Okay,
Door.
gotcha.
All right.
This is going so well. I is going to fall to shit soon.
Northeast northeast of the house that collapsed. It's the middle one of the top row.
Okay.
Out comes the hunter, rifles on his back, pistols in his hand, trying to figure out what the hell just collapsed a house. He begins to immediately go on defense.
You ready, Rachel?
I'm ready.
We're gonna focus fire the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking steamroll that bitch. Do you know how shocked someone has to be to hear a building collapse, step outside for a second to prepare, and then have two people run at him the speed of a horse? like the Flash is coming to whoop your ass.
And top of the round, he stepped out of the house with a gun. He stood up. And that is between Kavir and Chunakote on which one of you wants to go first.
Let Chunakote go first.
All right. I still have my greater invisibility up. I am basically just scanning the area because I want to get as many people as I can in the range of a spell. Preferably a couple of spells when we throw it at them, but they're going to get fucking hammered.
Okay. The only one you technically have eyes on right now is Ludo. You saw the spider dip between the tree and the house and disappear, heading north.
All right, I'm going to try and get the spider back in range at least.
All right. You can move east of the tree. I'm sorry, west of the tree to see him, or actually try to enter town.
I'll stay in the trees if I can.
All right. Yeah, if you do 30 feet, you'll be able to get eyes on the spider as it's heading north towards the house.
All right, I'm going to keep him in line. I want to see if I can line up anyone else with him.
Just a house.
All right, I'll bide my time.
All right. Anything
Jake
else?
wants to kite the spider. Jake is over here living. It's horrible.
Well, I don't want to lose my cover without giving a real good hit to these bastards.
Okay.
Okay, let's
I got a 5th level spell slot with all their goddamn names on it.
Okay. Well, then it's my turn.
Yeah, it's Kavir.
I'm going to, I guess, summon both blades. Could I do that after the bird collapses things, or are we already in initiative at that point? I guess I'll take out the light sword and then cast the shadow sword.
That's fine.
And then I'll hold until I can get a turn where I can. Well, shit.
I wanted to cast Holy Weapon on my sword before we started, and I forgot to say that. So I would like to retcon and say that I did that.
Damn it.
Fine.
Okay. And then I immediately sheath my sword because it starts glowing. I don't want.
No, you don't have to stealth. We're gonna be on him real quick.
Okay. All right. Well then my sword is emitting bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet after that. So maybe I will sheath it just in case.
So what are you doing, Kavir?
Yeah. Okay. So what I was gonna do is, as soon as my shadow sword and sunblade are out, I'm going to then dash at full speed up to him and try to get my sneak attack on him before he can react.
Okay.
Actually, I can't attack this turn. I can get up on him though.
All right.
And that'll let Adri be able to hit him if she wanted to.
Will I be able to get up to him and hit him?
No, you'd have to use your full move action
Mhm.
and then dash cunning action for bonus action. So
Yeah.
All right. Are you like close to him now or what?
yeah, I'm gonna be right behind him.
All right. So he knows you're there.
That's fine.
All right. All right. You
I
slide
can deal
in.
with the damage, but paying for more holes in armor is not something I'm prepared to do.
All right. That's fine. And then next would be Adri.
Okay. I will also move super fast and do my movement.
Dash rogue. All right.
Cunning action, dash, whatever thing. And then to also run up to the
Ducky
guy.
dash. We'll just shorthand it. I call mine professional dash. You call yours ducky dash.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds good. And I will
Rapidly waddle.
I will draw my sword. So I cast.
She can't stealth when she does it because it goes whack, 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 whack.
Okay. So it has holy weapon on it, which means that it is glowing very brightly.
Mm-hmm.
He's double lighted.
But I can't hit him this turn since I used my movement, my bonus action and stuff to get over to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Quick question. When I get up to him, can I still hear myself?
What?
Like,
Oh, you
doesn't
mean
have
there's
silence cast on something that he's wearing, does he?
How could he know if you guys were coming to cast silence?
That's a good point.
How long does silence last? Because he could have done it like early.
Yeah, but he didn't know we were coming today. He didn't know anyone was coming today.
True.
Yeah, I've been struggling all week on having ball bearing traps all over town, but I decided against it because that would be way too much DM.
Not to
prepping.
mention there's mud,
Oh yeah,
so they're not as effective.
Okay, silence is
still would have been fun to see your eyes pop out.
10 minutes.
Yeah, on the first ducky dash ever, she goes sliding into the lake. They can only run towards water. That's how ducks work.
Oh, okay. All right.
Bread bomb. Unlimited breadsticks.
Get this bread, guys.
Let's get this cheddar.
Okay. I guess that's my turn then.
I love you guys. Neither of you have attacked yet in combat, which actually still allows him to activate Assassinate on both of you.
Great. Looking forward to it.
As a Ranger Rogue, this is going to be an amazing battle.
Oh no.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, I want to see him roll higher than a 3, David.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you want to see our adventures in comic form, The Professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. If you want to support us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our theme music is Investigation by Devil Music, used under the Creative Commons license. You can find a link in the show notes. Our cast includes me, Dees Cassius as Master Cougar the Professional, Rachel Moore as Adri the Ducky Cleric, Jake Sipple as Chunikote the Lupine Loose Cannon, and last but not least, our DM and Doctor Midnite, David Walker.
Questions or comments? Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail.
there are times where
Mhm.
guys have to deal with it too, and it is
Yeah.
super weird.
Yeah.
It's super weird. So luckily nobody sends me any boob pictures in the internet, which is unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure you can just find those on the internet, though.
Oh yeah, I do. I just wish there were more parity across that line. You know what I mean? It's just there were more equal opportunity boob barragers. What a world we live in.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,